Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of My Bike, and we're here in Shafer's garage. Mr. Shafer, thanks for making some time.
Of course.
And we're going to talk all things motorcycles today. And why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? How long you've been in Idaho, married, kids? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Joe Shafer. I work at High Desert Harley. I'm a salesman there. We've been in Idaho for going on 6 years. We moved here in July of 2020. The whole plan was to come work at Harley. I didn't know how I was going to get hired.
Oh, really?
So we kind of just a leap of faith. And I worked for an HVAC company for the first year, and that was not so swell for me. So I was probably the worst tech ever.
Yeah.
And my brother was a manager, so it got us here, served its purpose. And then my wife was like, you need to apply for Harley. That was your goal. That's what we need to do. And so, So when we originally moved here, I have a 23-year-old who's soon to be 24. So he and another one of my football players moved with us, along with my 12-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son.
Nice.
And
just living the life here.
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah.
Like just more opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, we came from a small town in Montana, and it was everybody knows your business, you know. I was a football and wrestling coach there, and so everybody knew everything and everybody. But
yeah, I'm originally from Missouri, town of 500 people. So.
Hey, you're 3 times less than we had 3,500, and half that population.
Oh, you were a city compared to us.
One stoplight though, half that population was the prison.
Nice.
So
that's awesome. I'm curious, like, why'd you want to become a salesman at Harley? Like, what was the pull with that?
I don't necessarily know if it was sales that I wanted to be in, because I've never been in sales. I just knew I wanted to. How could Harley not be a fun job? You know, how could it not be a great place to work? And I just, again, I had this idea in my head of what I wanted to be and who. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. And when we moved here, 44, so started a whole new career at 44.
Yeah.
But I love the culture. I love the camaraderie. You know, you could have a doctor, a lawyer, a thug, and anything in between. They drink a beer, hug it out, and go about their day.
Yeah.
You know, we all have the same thing in common, you know, and it's I love to ride.
Yeah. It's good, man. It's good. Well, speaking of riding, I'm curious, how'd you get into motorcycles?
I never grew up on 2 wheels.
Really?
So my mom worked at the hospital. So if it blew up or had an engine, I didn't get it. But later in life, I was on 4-wheelers, and again, another leap of faith. Like, hey, do you want to do that? And you want to go get a Harley? Okay.
How old were you at this point?
In my 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot later.
Late start. But it just, it changes your perspective, you know, and maybe your drive or where you're going in life, because this really allows you to be in your own head, which sometimes could be bad. You know, there was times in my life where if I'm by myself, I'm in some pretty crappy company. And so, it's given me the opportunity to be somebody, you know, like find myself, I guess.
That's good.
More so.
Do you remember, what was your first Harley you got?
04 Road King.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you remember first time riding it, getting out on the road? What was going on?
I literally had to ride it. So we lived about 120 miles from the dealership that we purchased.
Oh, so pretty far.
I literally couldn't test ride it. I wasn't endorsed. I did not dress appropriate. It was an 04 Road King, black, carbureted. I literally got on that bike and rode it home. And I had never ridden 2 wheels ever.
Really?
Not a dirt bike, nothing.
But you had some 4-wheeler experience.
I knew how to shift.
Yeah.
And so I was like, screw it, let's go. You know? And that's kind of how I lived my life. It's
Risk
like
it, biscuit.
head first and trauma, worry about that later.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it did it. So it was all interstate. You know, I had a couple turns to get on the interstate because the dealership bought it in Yellowstone Harley in Belgrade. And literally 2 mountain passes and interstate. Speed's our friend, right? I knew I was staying upright. But the biggest thing was just figuring out those how to lean and into those corners. And when you're at 80 miles an hour, that's really how you learn, right? Like it's time in the saddle. And so literally by the time I got home, shit, hop on, let's go, and
That's crazy.
So I had an 04, traded that in on an 08 Road King that still have. And then when I started a Harley, I realized, guess what? That fairing's not that ugly. I'm not as young as I used to be, and so that's where this came to be. And I absolutely love the road glide.
That's so cool. A Road King's a pretty big bike for your first road bike to start. Most people jump on like a Sportster or something like that.
Well, and that's even as a salesperson, literally, what are you going to do? What type of riding are you going to do? Well, most likely going to be with my wife most of the time. And in Montana, everything is distance. So you're always putting miles on. And he goes, well, what do you want? And I go, probably the street bob or fat bob. And he goes, well, why? And I go, because I'm little and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, And so he goes, well, throw your leg over this bike. And he put me on a Heritage. And ultimately it was the Road King that, for what we were doing, everything was going to be, And when I stood it up, it was heavy, right? But as I'm sitting there, feet on the ground, he says, do you feel like you're going to drop it? And I go, no. And he goes, that's the heaviest that bike will ever be. It's sitting at a stoplight or a stop sign. If you're not struggling with it there, you're not. And as far as the comfort for the passenger, you go put a woman on a Sporty for hundreds of miles. It's not happening, And so again, he taught me what I needed to ask,
that's good. Well, that's good advice.
You have to tailor the bike to what you're going to do. I'm a firm believer that you're going to grow with anything. So grow on the bike that you want and figure out how to ride that bike. This is a huge bike. I ride with 18s because I got bad shoulders. I like the extreme look, but when it sits perfect for me, and it's about, there's a lot of layers, but it has to all come together. You got budget, you have style, you have, because you don't want to put somebody on something that, like a big guy on trying to sell a 6'3", 250 pound guy, a Sporty, that he's like, well, it's my first bike. Like, I need something small, but not that small, sir. Because it's going to be harder for him to ride.
Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great advice and great approach to helping people get into a motorcycle that ultimately will fit them in the long run. Because you, in a sense, are supposed to be the expert in helping guide them and to think about all the things that they're not thinking about when they're approaching a motorcycle, And I think the vanilla advice when it comes to a bike is, start with something small, so that you can get comfortable. And that might not be the case for everybody.
Well, like I said, riding a small bike when you're a big guy, you've ridden choppers, right? Like, and had your knees clear up by your ears. That's cool. But it's not very comfortable.
No, man. It's comfortable for about 20 miles.
That's what I'm saying. And then when you told me you were going to California, man, I was like, this guy is tough. I'm telling you, there's not, like, I'm just not that man anymore. I've gotten soft and, I think the fairings really spoiled me because,
I'm similar in terms of, like, I used to never run a windshield ever. And then when I got the street bob and I was rocking that for a while, I had the fairing on the front and I was like, this is pretty nice, just like no wind on my chest. I'm not like holding on for dear life.
Like all you can do to hold on.
It was pretty nice. So I'm a windshield guy from here on out now. So even on my bike, that's kind of like a hybrid chopper, my 96 Softail. It's like, dude, I got a little windshield on there just to keep a little bit of wind off the chest. So I get it, dude, for sure. So.
And that windshield, even on the 2 Road Kings, I never had them. And so I was too cool for it. My pride and ego. I look back, I don't know how I did it.
But your body eventually is going to take over say, you need this.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. That's a good segue to this bike. So tell me a little bit about this bike. Year, model, how long you have it. Tell me a little bit about it.
So I've had it since 22.
Okay.
Funny story about this bike. Again, being from Montana, it actually was a police officer from Butte, Montana.
Oh.
Which is literally, funny thing is he actually, when I would work out, when I was working at Sawmill in Deer Lodge in my early 20s, he and another officer would go in at the same time. And so we would spot each other.
Oh,
like
really?
If I was struggling with something. And so then when I went to the prison to work, like we would do shop with a cop together. But ultimately I came out of the bathroom and I see this guy like clear across the dealership, bald head. And I'm looking at him and
at High Desert?
Yeah. And he looks at me and goes, "What the F are you doing?" I was like, "What the F are you doing?" He goes, "I'm here to buy a bike." I was like, "Well, I'm here to sell you a bike."
Nice.
And he was talking to another salesman, which he peeled off.
Yeah.
Right. But ultimately, yeah, he goes, "Do you know how hard it is to be a cop in Butte, Montana on a purple bike?" And so they call this bike Zephyr Blue. So it's a 2020 Road Glide Special.
Do you call it a blue? Because it looks so purple.
Unless you're next to a purple bike, then it looks blue. Oh. It's one of those, it's just a specialty color they did in that year. And my wife is the one that talked me into it. I was looking for probably a gunship gray. There was a blue and a black two-tone reef blue. So it was 22. And she goes, "Well, what do you think of that?" And I'm like, "I don't know if I'm man enough for that color." And she goes, "You are." And so we ended up getting it. It literally sat at the dealership for 49 days in the back. Didn't get UBI'd, which is our used bike inspection. Didn't go through any of that. It just was sitting there. And we just happened to walk by it.
Wow.
And then, and so it was essentially, it came with the tour pack, quick detached tour pack on it, which was, at the time, my wife was like, "That's an old man's bike." I go, "Babe, you're with an old man, right? Like, this is your life now, right?" And so, but the ease of riding a road glide, I never thought I'd be on. I knew I was always going to be on touring, you know, but at the same time, like what that fairing does for protection and effortless ride. You know, when I took my first ride from the dealership with the customer on a road glide, I literally was like, it was effortless. You know, I looked down, I was doing 80, you know, and it felt like I was going 40, you know? And so that's when there's an easier way to live. This is it, you know?
Did you do any changes on it?
I did. I did the bars.
The bars, okay.
I've got bad shoulders. So getting my hands up in a neutral position has always been, I have to. The difference is whether it's 150 miles or a 500-mile ride. At 150, I'm hurting. And so getting my hands up in a neutral position, bending my elbow, hanging there, my body's not flexed and my joints aren't, you know. I was a small man in a big man's world, you know, and I'm beat up. But, we did the bars, added the heated grips, some cosmetic stuff, stage one. So I did a, jackpot header with, CFRs.
Nice.
Tools.
Nice. Give it a little bit more oomph.
Yeah. And those CFRs are nice, deep throaty tone. Funny story. I brought it home with just slip-ons and my wife's like, "I didn't even hear you coming." And so I was like, "More money." And so next day I come home with a head pipe out jackpot. She goes, "Oh, I heard you coming from the gas station a mile and a half away." And
that's a good woman.
Perfect. Well, and the garage door is open every single night I get home, which is awesome.
That's so good.
It is a nice reminder of why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, plug wires, cosmetic stuff, you know, styling it to fit me, you know.
Some personality touches.
You know, and it's probably, like I said, the most effortless ride. I don't personally like to do engine upgrades because truth be told, I'm not riding like I used to. You know, working at the dealership, going into it, they told me like, "Your riding's going to change." I was like, "No, I'm going to keep riding," which I do. I ride daily, you know, whether it's 18 degrees out, if there's no snow, I'm most likely on the bike. But I don't go on long rides anymore. You'd ask, like, "When are you going to go on a long ride?" Like, I don't even know when I'm going to have. And it's just, it's time. You know, it literally, I love what I do so much. I mean, it's counterintuitive, or you know what I mean? It's like,
you love your work,
but I also got to be with family, right? And so then I'm off Sundays and Mondays. And so I take it so personal, right? And so but that's my job. Like, that's why I do what I do is I'm here to solve your problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what problem do you have? I can solve it.
Yeah.
You know, with that's what any job is, right? Like figuring it out.
Well, should be.
Yeah. And that's why I am who I am. I think at the dealership is because I am there to solve your problem. It's not about me, you know?
Yeah. It's good, man. I love it. Well, I'd love to know, about like motorcycle culture. We talk about motorcycle culture a lot here on the podcast. And what do you love about motorcycle culture?
I love the eclectic people, the all walks of life. That I love the vibe that a Harley and it's two wheels, right? Each brand will have its own vibe.
Yeah.
And there's times that people come into the dealership that it's not their vibe. That's cool. Now we know, you know, or they'll go over to Indian or, you know, they come in on a Honda. Absolutely love it. Cool. Why would I change that? You know, but it's just so eclectic.
Yeah.
Like you literally have people from all walks of life and you would never know it unless you ask them, you know, because really, I mean, if you're broke down on the side of the road on a bike, you're going to have a bike, a car and a truck stop.
Yeah.
Because there's a Harley or there's a motorcycle owner in any one of those vehicles, right? Break down in your car. I guess I guarantee you're not getting, people aren't stopping.
Not stopping, yeah.
I ran out of gas once and 15 people stopped.
Wow.
3 bikes and then cars and trucks.
Wow.
And it was like, no, my buddy's driving gas. I'm good, right?
Nice.
Yeah. But it's just that world that it draws people together. Like look at the functions, like look at the rallies. We went on a ride yesterday in Ontario. Lincoln and I did. It was so eclectic on the people that were there. Several customers, people like kids I grew up with, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It's all walks of life.
Yeah.
You know, and their wives.
Yeah.
Or Lincoln, his first ride, you know, first time on the interstate. I wish I had a video. You know what I mean? I look back, I was like, man, I should have videoed just the ride over. Because he'd never been on the interstate.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you ask him, he's like, what'd you think?
Yeah.
He goes, I couldn't breathe. Yeah. I mean, that in itself right there is like, oh, wait. You have to learn how to breathe at 80 miles an hour with the wind in your face, you know? And so,
It's good. And it's good to start him young.
Oh, yeah. He's been on that bike since he was 3. He used to ride up front on the tank, going to preschool and daycare. Yeah. He always wanted to ride.
That's so cool.
Didn't care if it was 18 degrees or 18 below.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or 118. Yeah. I want to ride.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good, man. Do you have any significant memories or moments involving two wheels that kind of stands out to you, a story or anything like that?
It's always been like, since I got the bike, it's been an obsession. You know, I always say, welcome to your new addiction, you know, because it really does transform you into, I think, the person that you're really truly supposed to be, you know, because of the internal reflection that tell me I'm not 6 foot tall and the most handsome man, right? That bike makes me feel it, you know? Yeah. And it's not anything other than it's for you, right? Like I'm not riding that bike for you or anybody else. It's what it gives me. Yeah. And they always say that if I got to explain it, you're not going to understand. You know, it kind of holds true. Yeah. You know,
I had a friend ask me one time, she's like, she's never been on a Harley or motorcycle or whatnot. And she was like, tell me what it's like to ride a Harley. And at the time I was riding like my choppers, you know, and, I'm like, well, if I could describe it, it's like, grunting, America, and power, like all coming together, you know, constantly. And the bike just makes me feel powerful.
Yes.
Just feel powerful.
Yeah.
When I'm on it.
And Lincoln feels the same. Like it's a vibe. Yeah. Right. It was funny. You brought up a chopper show, right? We went to one in Garden City when we first moved here. And, I told my daughter, you can do anything you want in life. Just go do it. You can ride. Well, whatever, right? We're at this chopper show and she sees this gal come in, knees up in the air, and she's like, that's a girl. And I was like, I told But see, that's every walk of life.
Yeah.
You know, gender it's not gender specific. You know, we've got women outright, like there's several women customers of mine that can outride me.
Really?
You know, and I think I'm pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like they're crazy.
Nice.
But the way the bikes are being designed now, they're carrying their weight lower. So they're able to handle that bike just as well as anybody. And so,
yeah.
But I just love all walks of life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite like aspect of this motorcycle specifically, like a favorite thing about it?
It's ever changing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like that windshield, I didn't buy that windshield, but I had a customer that was going through the Learn to Ride, just bought a Road Glide from me. He goes, I can't see through this thing. I said, dude, I don't have time to do it, but just swap them over.
Yeah.
You know? And so when we were done, he goes, man, I really like that windshield. It just happened to be in February. And I was like, I'd ridden it a couple of days back and forth to work. And I go, I kind of like it too. It's an old man windshield, right? Yeah. And so, it does. There's zero buffeting in there. Yeah. And so you're protected, you know? And now I'm like, man, I miss my sport. So I got to go get another one. Cause I told the guy, I was like, just keep it, man. Yeah. If you like, just keep it.
Yeah.
And so that's how it works, you know?
That's
but
cool.
I would say, I love the sound of it. It literally tell me I'm not 6 foot tall and most handsome man in this town. You know, that's what that bike does for me.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of my calling card too. Like the color itself.
Yeah.
There's, 4 of them in Boise area that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
One of them, looks exactly like mine in terms of it's got apes on it. It's got, sometimes it's got a tour pack, sometimes it doesn't. We both have personalized license plates that start with a D. He just happens to be an ISP officer.
Nice.
And so and one of our techs at the dealership. But everybody knows that bike's there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
And so they'll come in to visit and they come in to drink coffee and they know I'm there.
Yeah.
You know, or they see me on the interstate and send me pictures or wherever.
Yeah.
And be like, I saw you and wherever. And it's like, yeah. But it's my calling card.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what's difficult. The new generations and technology that's coming out, it's unbeatable, right? Like you ride them, you're like, God, I am there, huh?
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, this is me. It's my, you know, it's my personality.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things on this bike that if you're not looking close, you're not going to notice them.
Yeah.
Or they'll be stick right out and you'll be like, what in the hell? Right? But it's like, that's me.
That's you.
You know, and it's what happens.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool. Well, how do people connect with you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram.
Cool.
Honestly, call the dealership, ask for Shafer. Truly, I love the path, right?
Yeah.
I call it a yellow brick road.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're buying today
Yeah.
or in 6 months.
Yeah.
But we're going to find the bike, perfect bike.
And if you want to do a test ride, this guy's always down for a test ride. Because I remember when I was looking, I wanted to ride an M8 because I'd never ridden one before. And I called you up. I was like, hey, we do a test ride. You're like, come on down, you know, let's go.
Dude, I try to get 3 a day. So I ride to work. And if I could get one about 10, what about 1? I could go to lunch. So I'm actually getting 6 rides in it a day. Right. But that test ride one gets me out of the office, right? And it re-sparks my day.
Yeah.
Right.
Rejuvenation. Yeah.
Our day is pretty much the same every day. It's different people, but it's still the same process. Right. And so breaking your day up with a ride just to go to the gas. You'd be shocked how many times I just go to the gas station for lunch. I bring somebody back. Yeah. Because somebody's looking at the bike or, you know, they just want to be a part of it. Yeah. And we'll go on test rides. All right. I try to get 3 a day. Like I said, I don't sell 3 bikes a day. Yeah. I just want to go on a ride.
You need to do a post like, all right, I've got 2 in today. I need 1 more. Who's coming for a test ride?
And I'm telling you, I take everybody, you know. So
yeah. Love it, man. Well, dude, thanks for making time again.
Of course.
Appreciate you and what you do for the community and just a good dude, you know, and helping people out and putting them on a bike that's right for them. And we need more of that. So.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right. That's it for this episode. See y'all later. Peace out.
Hell yeah.